Hi, I'm Margie from Marjorie's Candies, and I'm going to make old-fashioned peanut brittle for you. You're going to use sugar, corn syrup, and water to start with, and then peanuts and butter, and then vanilla and baking soda. There's 3 different steps. So we're going to start. I'm going to put the water in first into my pan. Now you want a very heavy bottom skillet. Shouldn't have showed you the bottom of my pot. They're used to cooking on some pretty big stoves, so they get pretty hot. And then this is 1 cup of corn syrup, obviously light. I shouldn't say anything's obvious, but it is light corn syrup. Okay, and I'm going to turn the flame on high because I work on high because I watch it pretty carefully. And here's 2 cups of sugar. Okay. Now I have a spoon. I'm just going to bring this together. Whenever I make candy, I always work from the outside in. That way the sugar doesn't get on the side of the pan. And just slowly let it come together. Okay, so I'm going to continue to stir this gently until it becomes clear and pretty well melted, and then I'm going to put my candy thermometer in, and you're going to cook this up to 285, and then that's when we do our next step. Okay, this started to boil up, and I'm going to add my candy thermometer. Okay, hook it onto the end and make sure that the bottom, oh, now this is not going to, what you do if you're using a container that is not deep enough, just tilt it this way and then check it. Now it's definitely down in there. And it has to go to 285. Okay, it's reached 285, so I'm going to add the peanuts and the butter. The 3 tablespoons of butter. And I'm going to stir. Okay, there's the peanuts and the butter. We'll stir it down. Now I need to put the candy thermometer back in, and we're going to bring it up to 295. It does take a few minutes for it to come back up. Now, if you wanted, these are roasted peanuts. Now, if you wanted to, say, make a cashew brittle, you would have to, and I learned this the hard way, you do have to use raw cashews. And you can get raw cashews at maybe if you have a store that sells Chinese type food, or maybe at a Whole Foods type store. You could maybe pick up the raw ones, because what happens is after you put them in, to the time it gets back up to 295, they will burn. So for some reason, I don't know why that is. Maybe it's a very soft nut. Okay. It only took about 7 or 8 minutes for it to reach the temperature to add the peanuts. So we'll see how long it takes to reach the 295. In the meantime, I'm going to prepare my tray. I'm just going to put some butter on a tray. I need 2 trays. There's 1 tray, I'm going to pour it out and sort of spread it out. And then I'm going to flip it over. I like to flip it over after I spread it out because, and you'll see, when you flip it over, the candy kind of flows down on the nut. It makes the nuts look really pretty. The nuts sit better in the candy that way. You don't really have to do that. It's just something I like to do. Okay, so we're ready. Okay, so we'll just wait very patiently. So be patient to make candy. It's only been about 3 minutes or so, and it's already up to it's almost up to 290. I was going to show you, want to give it a little stir with a flat bottom spoon. Get into the corners. Don't stir too much, just enough to just be sure it's not sticking. And what I do is I'll scrape the side of my spoon and just sort of go down right there. You don't want to scrape around the edges of, if you've noticed, I really haven't gone around the outside edge. When I stir, I just go around underneath the candy. I don't actually scrape the side of the pan. And when I clean it off, I just go right in one place all the time, just there I clean it down. Okay, so it's almost to where I need to be. think we're there. Okay. So, I'm going to take out my thermometer. I'm going to put the vanilla in. And I'm going to put the baking soda in. I'm going to stir it. Okay, we're going to let it grow. Okay. And then we're going to pour it out onto its pan, onto the pan. And we're going to, I don't really scrape my pan too much, especially around the sides. Okay, then you're just going to sort of pull it out a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put a glove on because that's really a good idea. I usually make it on something a lot larger and I can pull it out so it's a lot thinner. If you have a larger pan, you can do that. Okay. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to get a piece of parchment paper. Let me just set it down on here. Get another glove. You can really just use a pot holder, but I have gloves that I use for my candy all the time because it does get pretty hot. So if you start pulling one side down, here it comes, okay? One come down. Got a little left on there. That'll be a nice big fat piece of candy. Whoop. Well, you can just leave that because it will just get hard. There you go. So you can actually pull it a little bit more. You possibly could take it off. As you see, I'm pretty... Well, you can pull it out some more if you want. You have some gloves you can put on. But that's pretty much the peanut brittle. That's all, and it's going to get very hard and you can just break it into pieces. So now we're back because the peanut brittle has cooled enough that we can take it off its tray and we just break it up. There you go. That's it. Okay, and you just want to store it in a zippy type bag. Okay. This is actually still a little bit warm, so I don't want to close the bag until I know it's completely cool. That's it. So, thank you so much again for joining us, and keep those questions coming in. I'm really having fun getting to know you guys, and thank you.